Hello and welcome to S24 television news. In the headlines, Dangote accuses NMDPRA boss Farouk Ahmed of economic sabotage. Senator Natasha challenges vague funding framework. And Teresa Apazi turns crochet into a movement. I am Halima Abdurrauf with details of our major stories. President of Dangote Industries Limited, Aliko Dangote, recently doubled down on his criticism of the regulator of the Nigerian downstream oil sector, calling for an investigation and prosecution of the Chief Executive Officer of Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, over alleged economic sabotage and undermining of domestic refining in the country. And the 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework came under intense scrutiny at the National Assembly as Senator Natasha Akpoti-Addo pressed the federal government for clearer answers on its private sector funding plans. The Nigerian Police Force has announced that enforcement of the tinted glass permit policy will resume nationwide from January 2nd, 2026. The policy say the decision follows a rise in vehicle-related crimes and is aimed at strengthening public safety. The announcement was made by the Police Public Relations Officer, Benjamin Hundeyin. And President Bola Tinubu has commended former President Muhammadu Buhari for his integrity and lasting impact on Nigeria's leadership during the launch of Buhari's official biography. The event celebrated Buhari's public service record, with Tinubu describing him as a symbol of integrity and principled governance. With 2027 general elections fast approaching, attention is turning to how Nigerians assess the performance of the present administration. From the street of the nation's capital, citizens are already weighing expectations against reality. Our correspondent Abubakar Turaki now reports.
As the 2027 general election draw closer, Nigerians are reflecting on the performance of the present administration as it's near the end of its first tenure in office. S24 took to the street of Abuja to hear directly from the citizen whether the government has met their expectation and what kind of leaders Nigerians should vote in 2027.
My candid opinion will be, given the data and the information we have on ground and the current reality on ground, I'll actually say that this government have actually done very well, even though I don't think we've gotten where we need to be, but I think there's a step in the right direction. The only summary we'll have to say is nothing good comes easy, right? And beautiful masterpiece. Definitely, you have to go step by step. So you have to lay the foundations well. And when the foundation is well laid, that's when you now start building up straight and to get the desired architectural building that you want to do. If you decide to look at the immediate gain, you may not appreciate it. But if you are focused on the long-term benefits of what is going on in this administration, you appreciate what is going on.
You know, you have so much challenges everywhere, here and there. But the government has good intention. Yes, there is a little hardship. Little businesses have closed. There are a lot of, poverty. So government should look at it and make life a little bit easier for people.
Even from the news, you can tell that insecurity and all sorts of problems regarding security, especially.
As it is, the government is doing their best, but their best is not enough. We expect the government to do more in terms of education, in terms of health, in terms of roads, electricity, so many things. The demands are just numerous. They are much. We don't expect the government to meet our demands 100% as a Nigerians.
It's too early to mention anything now, but the decision is for the Nigerians, for them to say, oh, okay, we have seen the goodies in this government, so we continue.
I don't expect within one term just to what they're even less than 3 years in the administration. So you're right, for them to start turning things around, it's not possible. So we need to have to make that sacrifice. We will not be the ultimate benefit, but I believe we will start benefiting from it.
And northern Niger schools are under siege and fear is keeping children out of classrooms. Thousands have been abducted over the past decade, and communities are struggling to keep education alive. To shed light on this crisis and what it means for the region, here is an S24 explainer by Zainab Ibrahim.
Northern Nigeria is facing a devastating education crisis, one driven not just by poverty, but by fear. Over the last decade, school adoption has steadily increased, turning classrooms into danger zones. The turning points came in 2014, when Boko Haram kidnapped 276 girls from the school in Chibok. 10 years later, some of those girls are still missing. But Chibok didn't stop the pattern. It spread. From Depchi in 2018 to Kankara in 2020, Jangebe and Afaka in 2021, Kuriga in 2024, and Papiri in 2025. Mass kidnappings have targeted boys and girls alike. In total, more than 2,400 students have been abducted in over 90 attacks. An expert warned